Hi everybody, Eric Swanson with DuraBurb here in Orange County, Central Florida, where we bring you Duramax powered GM SUVs. This video segment is on what we like to call the California edition. We get a lot of phone calls from folks out on the west side that ask, can I have a diesel SUV in California? And well, we're very proud and happy to answer, yes, you absolutely can. This is a collaborative effort between DuraBurb and the California Air Research Board, better known as CARB, and the Bureau of Automotive Repair, also known as BAR. The stipulations and requirements for DuraBurb Duramax powered SUVs is a little bit different than standard emission controlled diesel SUVs leaving out of DuraBurb. A few of the requirements that differ that the DuraBurb Corporation provides for CARB approved California emission compliant vehicles is that the vehicle's drivetrain not only be technologically compliant but also year compliant. What that means is that the drivetrain needs to be equal to or newer than the model year of the SUV. So here we have a 2007 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive Suburban, and it is powered by a 2008 LMM diesel drivetrain. So the vehicle meets the criteria on the surface. Another stipulation that is required is that obviously all the emission control equipment must be installed and fully functional. So the vehicle is inspected both visually and on an OBD2 port basis to ensure that everything is functioning correctly. Another requirement is that the vehicle drivetrain cannot exceed the gross vehicle weight rating of its class. What that means basically is when you look at the GM sticker on the door, you'll notice the weight rating, and in this case it's 8,600 pounds. 3/4 ton vehicles all carry an 8,600 pound GVW rating. That puts it in the 8,500 to 14,000 pound weight class. And a Duramax was available from GM for vehicles in that weight class, so therefore this vehicle qualifies. However, you have to keep in mind, if you have a half-ton like this 2009 Super Sport Series, it would not qualify for California emission compliancy because the half-ton vehicle only has a 7,400 pound GVW rating. So you need to be in the 3/4 ton vehicle segment in order to be California emission compliant. Another thing they're going to do is when you bring the vehicle in, they're going to of course ask where the conversion was done, and then they're going to do a quick visual inspection. They're going to inspect and make sure that the catalytic converter is still in place, that's here, and that the DPF is also installed in its proper OEM location in the exhaust stream. In addition to that, they're going to also make sure that you have the correct part number, catalytic converter and DPF, to ensure that everything is in correct functional compliance as set forth by the manufacturer. All of these considerations are taken into account here at DuraBurb to make a California emission compliant DuraBurb SUV. It will also go under the hood and take a look to inspect to make sure that you haven't had any alterations made to anything that involves the airstream through the vehicle from the air cleaner to the exit point of the diesel particulate filter. Now in this case we do use an aftermarket air cleaner. It is by S&B. You'll notice that's the only aftermarket part in the entire engine compartment. It does have its own CARB approval sticker and authorization number, so that is a non-point for the inspector. And as for everything else, well, since it stays in its OEM location and retains its fully OEM form and function, there's no questions, no concerns. Everything is operable as set forth from the manufacturer for the model year. So, last thing they're going to do with your California edition is they're going to jump in the vehicle, they're going to start it up, and they're going to do an OBD2 test to make sure that everything works correctly. In addition, they're going to also look to see, well, are there any weird signals or messages on the dash? Fortunately, as with all DuraBurb SUVs, everything simply works. So you retain full functionality of everything on the dash. Everything from oil life, fuel filter life, the tire monitors, everything is here just as it should be right from the manufacturer. You also get to retain things like XM radio and the navigation system and everything that comes from the factory. It's all here and communicates and functions exactly as it should. Tap shift that is readily available on the dash, and then of course the synchronous 4-wheel drive that comes standard for the Duramax. Of course there is the option for auto track if you wish to have that. So at any rate, a vehicle like this is a Tow Pro series, so it is outfitted with the 11.5-inch rear differential. It also gets the CURT XHD 16,000-pound GV or 16,000-pound rated rear hitch assembly, up to 17,000 with load leveling, and of course your 7-pin is relocated over here on the side. And so this Suburban is capable of towing a best-in-class of 16,000 pounds, and it'll do it DOT compliant and legal. So if you're looking for a Duramax powered SUV and you want something that'll go through your emission inspection without any questions, how about a California emission DuraBurb SUV? Thanks for taking time to watch our video. My name is Eric. Have a great day.